Canada is the world's fourth largest oil-producing nation, possible source of liquefied natural gas. Jonathan Wilkinson is its Minister of Natural Resources. The Minister is with me now. The difficulty with natural gas, you have you don't have a huge amount of, well, you have no LNG capabilities sort of east to send to Europe. So how are you going to assist if Europe does find, as it's likely, Russian gas is no longer available?
So certainly there have been lots of conversations with European countries that are ongoing. I mean, in the short term, we're looking at flowing more oil through existing pipeline networks to try to help on that side of it. In terms of liquid natural gas, you're right. We don't have liquid natural gas facilities on the east coast of Canada. There are a number of proposals that have been made. And certainly we are engaging the conversation with Europe about whether those are opportunities that they would like to see us expedite. Of course, it's also in the broader conversation around the energy transition, where to a minister at the International Energy Agency meeting last week, all of the European countries talked about the need to transition much more quickly to renewables and hydrogen. And certainly Canada is very interested in being a potential supplier of hydrogen in the longer term.
Right, but I was reading today, the concerns over whether Canada would export fossil fuels of one sort or another, which would be replacing existing, but clearly, of course, is not towards the transition and does raise environmental questions. But Minister, let's be clear, this really isn't the time to be worrying about that, surely, when there might be a dire need for gas or fuel in Europe.
Well, certainly we are very interested in supporting our friends and allies in Europe, and certainly we are engaging those conversations. But part of it obviously relates to the timelines within which Europe needs to secure supplies, because if we were to move forward with an LNG facility on the East Coast, it takes time to go through the process and the construction phase. So we're looking to align those conversations and to see what can be done. If Canada were to do it, though, we would obviously look to do it in a manner that is sensitive to the issues around climate. I think everybody understands that while we have to address the energy security requirements in the short term and do whatever we can to support our friends and allies, we also have to do it in a manner that is consistent with the long-term need to address the climate challenge.
So the secret of the dirty secret that nobody really says is that for the foreseeable future, no matter how quickly we transition, fossil fuels of one sort or another are going to be the backbone of our energy supply. And it's how we handle that. Do you think Europe has done a spectacularly bad job of weaning itself off Russian oil and gas?
Well, I think we're all learning lessons with this terrible, terrible crisis that is going on in Ukraine in terms of ensuring that there is a greater degree of energy independence for all of us, but also that where you are looking to import energy supplies, that you are looking to import them from countries that are stable, secure, friendly, and democratic countries going forward. And I think everybody is learning something in that regard right now.
Can you give us an assurance tonight that Canada will do that which is necessary?
I can give you an assurance that we are absolutely committed to supporting our friends in Europe. We are engaged actively in those conversations. In fact, I'm going to be in Paris the week after next to continue those conversations with a number of countries in Europe. And I met with a number of them this morning on a G7 call. So absolutely, those are critical conversations, and we are committed to supporting our friends.
And Minister, we'll talk more as this goes on, because obviously Canada is going to play an important role in this transition of God. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.